For anybody having anxiety about missing the bottom, this video is for you. I'm going to show you two specific things on, even if the bottom's in and I'm totally wrong, which I don't think the bottom's in, but if I'm totally wrong and you're following my channel, like what's the chance of you looking back and say, oh, I listened to Cosasverdes, the bottom wasn't, you know, like we look back in the future, we're future tillions, like October 2023, we look back and say, oh, damn it, Cosasverdes. Even if I'm wrong and that happens, it's really not that big of a deal. You're not going to miss out on much if I'm totally wrong. And you've been watching me and kind of using me as guidance. Let me show you. I'm going to show you two specific things. And this could blow your mind if you haven't been following me for a while, or if you're not a part of Discord. If you're a regular on Discord, you already know what I'm going to do, and that's why we're all calm, cool, collected over there, so we don't care if the bottom's in or not. But let me show you. All right, I have on the weekly chart of Bitcoin. I have on an EMA fill using the weekly 10 EMA and the weekly 21 EMA. When it's red, the weekly 10 is below the weekly 21, right? And you're worried about catching a bottom like this, right? Or like this, okay? All right, the first thing I'm gonna show you, and these are both equally as important on why it doesn't matter. Like, honestly, it doesn't matter, especially if you're planning on making most money from alts as opposed to Bitcoin specifically. So particularly for those people, this is what it truly doesn't matter. So from a reasonable wick low that you could have caught, right? You can't, because this only happened for like 30 minutes. So reasonable bottom here. From that point, this is the bear market of the end of the bear market in 2015. From here to here, when it got up, started flipping green, is 25%, right? Where did most of the gains happen? After Bitcoin got above its weekly 10 EMA or the yellow line. So from here to there, who cares if you missed the bottom? 108% to the upside. You see that? So why does it matter if you missed that? Plus, if you're making money if you're trying to play altcoins instead of Bitcoins, Bitcoin, I said Bitcoins. I never use the S word or the S. Yeah, I don't end it with S. It's like water. There's a lot of water. Now, you don't have a lot of waters. All right, unless it's a bottle of water, but that's a unit of measurement. It's different. All right, anyway, altcoins didn't do shit here. So even if 25 to here, 25% up to here, it doesn't matter. Most of your gains are yet to be had anyway, right? Next bear market. And again, this is only the first of second thing. Here you go. Wait until, so the bottom here to win green candles on the weekly closed above the yellow line. How much did you really miss out on? Oh, almost the same percentage. I didn't actually know that was going to happen, but it's like the same. So 23%. What do you think altcoins did during this time? They probably kept going down. So who cares if you missed the bottom on Bitcoin, right? And on Bitcoin, after you closed above the weekly 10, 269%. That's 10 times more of a percentage. So it doesn't matter. That's only one thing. I'm going to show you another thing to show you that's like icing. It's not just icing on the cake. This is icing on the cake plus a freaking birthday candle that like explodes in your face with glitter that doesn't hurt, or unicorn tears or something awesome. All right. Watch. Okay, so that's only the first part. Oh yeah, go to current price though. Look. Do you think it matters? Look at this. So if this was the low, have you closed above? Yeah. So look, again, it's only going to be about 25%, because by the time it gets up here, the weekly 10 will be here from bottom to here. Isn't this crazy? That's only 20%. So it's almost the same number 3 times in a row. Same thing would happen, but even less of an effect. You miss out on so much less before the big move up. But what is perhaps even more important than that is this. The fact that altcoins don't bottom when Bitcoin bottoms. Ethereum probably will though, or potentially will. So back here, you had a deep bottom. People getting anxiety, for how long? Imagine yourself having anxiety for 217 days, right? But altcoins made a lower low on this one. Yeah, it was almost a year later, but who cares? They made a lower low. Watch this. Check this out. Bitcoin, when it dropped from 20K in 2017, over here, 20K in 2017 down to here. All right. So remember this date, December of 2018, I'm going to put a vertical line, right? That's the bottom, right? Sure, altcoins had a big rally here, but where was altcoins rally? Where was altcoins bottom? Over here. Let's go to Cardano. So remember the date, or I'll actually write it on here. December 2018. This is the big kahuna reason to not care. Like literally having anxiety about missing a bottom is not well founded. March 2020. All right, those two dates. Let's go to Cardano. Wait, did it keep the lines there? Oh, hell yeah, it did. I wonder, maybe I had these lines here from like showing this to Discord or something. All right, look, same lines. What do you think happened? It made a lower low. See that? So this was the bottom on Bitcoin. Did it matter? No. Altcoins don't bottom when Bitcoin bottoms. It bottoms later. Does it have to be a whole year later or however long this was? Like this is over a year this time. So that was 490 days. And remember how much it was for the second macro low on Bitcoin in 2015? It was 220 days. So you have plenty of time. So in missing that first rally from Bitcoin's bottom, you're only going to miss a tiny bit of it because the vast majority will happen after Bitcoin closes the weekly candle over the weekly 10. And in that 25% that Bitcoin goes up to close on the weekly 10, if the bottom's already in at 17.5, altcoins are going to do jack shit. For example, Kadena, it's still making new local lows. They're going lower as Bitcoin makes that like inching up towards it. So it really doesn't matter. It matters a tiny bit if you only trade Bitcoin. Yeah, it matters a little bit. You'll miss out on a small portion of the run. But even in that worst case scenario, you only trade Bitcoin because you're a millionaire and you have to have, multi-millionaire and you have to have the liquidity in order to trade. You're still missing out on a fraction, literally 1/5 to 1/10 of the rally in general. So who the hell cares, right? If I can add a third thing on, just as a rule of thumb for you forever, from an emotional standpoint, right? Because making money for crypto, the charts aren't the hard part. It's your emotions. You are the hard part. You are your worst enemy, right? It's your emotions. It's the emotional control. So to address that part of it, stop trying to even think it's possible to catch bottoms. Just accept it's not. That's it. Yeah, I have, publicly published charts on TradingView before I even did YouTube when I was still fairly new to TA, a year in or so, 8 months in, where I did nail the bottom on Bitcoin and Litecoin, or particularly Litecoin. On my bottom range for the timing, it was right, but for Bitcoin, my range overlapped with what actually happened. But I was actually guessing 2,800 to like 3,400. That's where all my buy orders were. So my range was slightly down lower, but it overlapped. But yeah, I did nail the bottom last time, and it did help. It was nice, but just accept that just accept that it's not possible. Just accept it. You can't sell tops, right? Which technically I did for BPro on its top. I've sold one. That was the only, that's the only top I've ever really nailed. I've done one ever. I sold close to the top on MTV. Pretty close. On BPro, I did nail it, but one. Ever. Nailed it. So if you get one in a decade, feel great. So that's your calibration. Stop, just realize it's impossible. It's not totally impossible, but it's a 1% chance out of 100 that you get it. Just accept it. And if you accept it, then worrying about the bottom goes away because I'm not going to get it anyway. So who cares? It's not possible. And so from an emotional standpoint, just accept it. You're not going to hit a bottom. And if you do, then you need to buy a couple of nice things, take some money out of crypto, but just don't expect it to happen. All right. Those are my 3 thoughts for anybody who's worried about the bottom being in.